Okay, nerds, time for another techie video. Okay, so you'll see my video the other day about the patch cable for interfacing the UHF radio to the Ardent controller hiding there in the back. So this is the next step to get this repeater working. So it's got it set up working on an antenna now. It does work, but it's not efficient, and I'll explain what I mean. Alright, so here we are inside the house looking at my my antenna mast. That's a couple of sticks of 1.25 inch EMT conduit that I got for my antenna up there. Let me see if I can zoom in on that antenna. Alright, if you don't recognize that, that is a dual band J-pole antenna. There's a ground rod to the right, a little short stubby 70 centimeter antenna, and then on the left is a 2-meter antenna. And so this dual band antenna is really geared towards ham operator frequencies, 2 meters and 70 centimeters, but it does work on GMRS because 70 centimeters and GMRS are pretty close in the frequency range. And that's that little bitty stub right there, but it's not optimum for GMRS. Okay, so I'm back here in the office. This cable line here, this lead is LMR 400 coax cable. Really high quality, kind of expensive coax cable, and that's going up there to that dual band J-pole antenna. I'm going to put the frequency analyzer or the antenna analyzer on it and show you what I mean. Okay, so here I got the MFJ antenna analyzer on there, and you can see right here the frequency. This is 435 megahertz, and you can see the signal width ratio to SWR at 1.0. There's a little gauge right here. Now that's right in the middle of the 70 centimeter band, so this antenna works pretty good on the 7 centimeter band. And you can see the way the antenna works. It's got lobes, so it works throughout the band pretty good. Let me increase this frequency up to the GMRS frequency that I'm interested in. 462.5. So you can see that high signal width ratio, 2.4 on the SWR meter here. So this antenna is not efficient at GMRS frequencies. So what happens when you key the mic or the repeater works and it transmits, you get a lot of reflected power back, and it doesn't transmit that efficiently. On this antenna I was only getting about a mile range out of it, which it should do better than that. I figured it was the antenna, and so yeah, this is pretty much confirms it. So we're a little bit high of a SWR. So of all the different types of antennas out there for GMRS, and the way I plan on mounting this, a ground plane type antenna is what I wanted to build or design. So here's a little bit of math for the GMRS quarter wave ground plane antenna. The way you set this up is that vertical run here needs to be a quarter wave of what the frequency that you're interested in. So little math here, 300 divided by the megahertz is the wavelength in meters. So that's 300 divided by the frequency of my GMRS. This is GMRS channel 15 that I'm interested in, and that's 648 millimeters for the whole wavelength. So to get a quarter wave of that, you basically divide that by 4, and that's 162 millimeters, and that becomes the length of your vertical run and your ground radials. So this needs to be 162 millimeters, 162, 162, 162, 162. It's not going to be accurate, so exactly. So you build it to those dimensions or a little bit longer, and then you have to put it on the frequency analyzer and test it and clip it until you get it just right. So here's the end result. Used a little solder SO239 connector for LMR 400 cable, and you solder a little piece of copper wire on the middle, and you bolt on the radials. Let me show you the performance of this thing. So here it is on the antenna analyzer, and I hope you can see it. It's hard for me to see my screen here, but that is at 1.0 SWR at 426.2, or it's really close to the GMRS channel 15 frequency. Interesting thing to note, this is just for all antennas. When you put this next to something, you'll see that SWR start to increase a little bit, becomes less efficient due to, there it is, I've got 1.5, less efficient due to reflected power going back into the antenna and jamming it up. So it's all theory right now. Now I got to climb up that pole and put this thing up there to do a little testing on it, just to make sure it works and I get the range that I want before I go put another pole up to mount this antenna permanently. So wish me luck, and we'll see what it looks like on the results when I get it installed. And if you didn't find that interesting, well then, brisket.